Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right, the first two episodes dropped today while Star Wars Celebration is going on. So anybody that's in California right now at Star Wars Celebration, I hope you guys are having a really good time. Meanwhile, we get some things over here too. Like I saw the Andor trailer, which was really cool, and the Willow trailer. We got our first look at Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford coming back as that character, coming out next year. Some really good announcements, like Ahsoka Tano. That series is coming out next year. So we've been getting some really good stuff here and there throughout from Star Wars Celebration. So I'm loving hearing the news. Hopefully, there's more news to come. I didn't hear anything big today, but we did get Obi-Wan episodes 1 and 2 today. So I'm not even gonna talk about what order these things came in. I'm just gonna talk about these two episodes, the things that stood out to me the most, what I really liked about it. And yeah, so this is gonna be spoiler heavy. So if you haven't seen the first two episodes and you don't want to be spoiled yet, don't watch this video, but come back later after you did see the episodes. So let's get right into it. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love seeing Ewan McGregor back in this role as this character. I loved the I really liked the prequels back in the day. I think Phantom Menace was probably one of my favorites for a long time until I started getting older and more mature and smarter and realizing, okay, maybe Phantom Menace wasn't as great as I thought it was. Uh, I do, however, really like Attack of the Clones quite a bit. I still put Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace towards the bottom of the Star Wars list. Something has to go at the bottom, and unfortunately, those two do. Although in Attack of the Clones, if you really watch the Obi-Wan stuff, I think Attack of the Clones is better than Phantom Menace, because I do think the Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff that's going on, the storyline that's going on where he's searching for Jango Fett and all that and learning about the clones, etc. I think that's actually the more interesting stuff in the movie, while the Anakin and Padme stuff is a little cringy at times. I think Revenge of the Sith is a super underrated Star Wars film, and I consider it my second favorite Star Wars film of all time. I've stood by that for a long time, and I'm convinced that Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, it's nothing to do with nostalgia. It's actually how I feel about the movie. Every time I go back and rewatch it, it's the one that I can still be like, stay tuned 100% because I love everything that's going on in Revenge of the Sith. So there you go. And Ewan McGregor is a big part of that. I think he really steals the show in episode 2 and 3 as Obi-Wan Kenobi and really made me really love that character a lot. The emotional moments and just the great moments with him. And to see him now coming back to this role, but now he's a little bit more withered and older and beaten, as Leia points out to him in this episode, I thought was really cool. I like seeing Obi-Wan in this time frame and seeing where he is now. I don't like thinking that Obi-Wan was sitting on this planet all the time doing nothing, which is essentially what he's been doing. It shows us, although not quite, because it looks like he even had a job cutting meat in a meat factory. I'm wondering to myself, like, first of all, what animal did they kill to produce this meat? And second of all, where did they send the meat after? Did they send it all around Tatooine for people to eat? I don't know. I really love the way this the first episode started with the whole thing on Coruscant where we see Order 66 again. It's always interesting when they do a new take on Order 66 on a moment we haven't seen before. I did wonder if we were going to see Grogu in this moment. Are we going to see the person that rescued Grogu? But no, we did not. One day I think we will, but it's not going to be here. I think they'll save that for The Mandalorian if they ever do one day. Although you'll never know. It could be a nice little Easter egg in another show or movie that they do. I thought introducing Leia was really cool because I didn't know Leia was going to be a part of this, and I didn't know she was going to be playing a bigger role than Luke, as we're seeing so far. But I'm going to tell you, the little girl who plays Leia, I think is doing a really nice job. I really like the banter between her and Obi-Wan right now. I don't know how many more episodes she's in this show. I feel like all he has to do is just bring her back to Alderaan now, which is going to probably be in the next episode, right? Like, here's your daughter, she's all safe and sound, but I feel like there's going to be more happening in there than just that. So, because we have four more episodes to go, so, and it looks like they're safe and sound from where they just left. So I am at the end of episode two. I'm talking about. So I am curious on where they're going to go with the whole Leia situation. Uh, but it was really nice to see Bail Organa back, played by Jimmy Smits, and we get to see Leia's. I was gonna call her fake mother, but we get to see her mother, stepmother, I guess, the mother that adopted her, along with Bail Organa. So I thought that was really nice, getting to see a character that like we have no sense of on who she is. I guess we kind of saw her at the end of Revenge of the Sith, but like we never got to really know that character at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even think Leia in the original films or even the newer films ever mentioned anything about her. There was only that one scene in Return of the Jedi where she talks about her real mother, which we know is Padme. Speaking of, I really love that moment where Obi-Wan starts realizing similarities between Leia and Padme. I thought that was a really nice moment, especially since we all know Padme. This show is definitely for people that really like and know the prequel era. If you are a prequel era fan, this show is definitely for you because there are a lot of great callbacks. So and we're only two episodes in, so who knows what other callbacks we're going to get. But I've been really loving it so far. I love seeing the Inquisitors in this show. If you watch Star Wars Rebels like I have, the Inquisitors are definitely a big part of that series. And so to see them in live action now was really cool. I am a little confused about the Grand Inquisitor though, because obviously this is a spoiler review. He gets killed? Maybe it looks like. It definitely looks like he was killed. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This show takes place before Star Wars Rebels, and Star Wars Rebels is in canon. So, are we gonna get another Grand Inquisitor, or is this one not? Is this one gonna survive somehow in the next episode? I don't know, and I'm super confused by this right now, especially since they confirmed that the reason Darth Maul isn't going to be in the show is because they're being respectful to Star Wars Rebels. So it's like, so you're going to be respectful to the Darth Maul part, but you're not going to be respectful to the Grand Inquisitor part? Again, it's only the second episode. Maybe he shows back up and we find out he survived in the next one. Sometimes they do things like that to throw us off. So we'll wait and see what happens. Or maybe, who knows, maybe by the end of this season, there will be another Grand Inquisitor that takes over. So, the same species, who knows? Maybe it will be actually Jason Isaacs, who's a great actor who should have been playing the role in the first place, if it doesn't turn out to be that way. He should have played the Grand Inquisitor anyways. But I thought this guy did a good job, but I'm just confused about the timeline right now with that character. With that being said, I really love the stuff with Owen. Owen and Obi-Wan are supposed to have a little rift, and we see that in this episode. So I thought that was really cool. And then, of course, Reva. Let me talk about Reva. Reva was like the female um, Inquisitor that really wanted to track down Obi-Wan. She was like obsessed with him. I'm curious on why she's so obsessed with getting him. Like there's been little hints so far. Clearly it has something to do with Vader. Is she trying to impress Vader? Does she want to get married to Vader? I don't know. But she clearly has a hard on for Obi-Wan. And she clearly wants to get him to help Vader with it, because she's even saying, Vader is going to be coming after you, Obi-Wan. So I'm curious on how that's going to all play out. By the way, I loved Camille Nanjiani in the second episode. I thought he was so funny. And I heard some people are like, oh, but that's the Marvel type of humor. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Humor is humor. As long as it's funny, I'm good with it. Marvel humor, Star Wars humor, I don't know the difference. I just know when something hits and I laugh, it's good. So I'm gonna say that. And I think that's about it. Maybe. Of course, I guess we gotta talk about the last tease at the end of the second episode. I really did love how we got to see our first glimpse of Anakin in the bantha tank, and I think it's a bantha tank. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah. I mean, Boba Fett had one, although that one was like lying down, and Luke was in one time, right, to heal. So yeah, Vader has one too. Obviously, he's on Mustafar. We know that because we've seen him in that thing in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Hopefully, from what I heard, we might actually go back to Mustafar. We'll have to wait and see, because and maybe that's where the rest of the story will start to take place. Because if rumors are true, the story will have Obi-Wan try to decide to bring back Anakin to the good side, but maybe realize that no, I can't do this. So we'll have to wait and see. 4 more episodes to go, but I'm telling you now, the way these first 2 episodes started, this show might become my favorite show on Disney Plus that Star Wars has done so far. I am really loving it. It also has to do with the fact that I am a huge Obi-Wan fan, especially because of episode 2 and 3. So when I look at the character now, I love the character, and I think because of that, I'm getting what I wanted to see from this show. I love the tone. It's a darker tone, obviously, than Book of Boba Fett, which is weird because Book of Boba Fett was about the mafia, but they clearly didn't do Book of Boba Fett very well. But I am loving what they are doing here with Obi-Wan. So guys, tell me your thoughts. What did you think of the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan? Are there some spoilers I should have talked about? Tell me what you thought of some spoilerific things that I didn't mention, and tell me some of the things that I did mention. What did you like about this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care.